Hey guys, Megan and Chrissy here, Muddy Waters Search and Recovery. We have another case that we've been following, but we want to just give you guys an update on. It's Millete. I know you've heard Denny and Megan and I talk about it recently. What do you got on your end, Meg, here? By the way, I'm on the computer right now, so sorry.
These are the notes that Den gave me. Millete is a case that is not getting the attention it deserves. Please help us share this case while we continue to work on the case. We have done a couple videos and will continue to update you as this has new developments and updates. And here is the recap.
All right, let's see.
I'll do this one.
Okay.
Millete has been missing since January 7th, leaving behind her 3 children, ages 4, 9, and 11, and also her husband. She was last seen by her family at her home at around 5 p.m., 2 days before the family was set to travel on a planned trip to Big Bear for her daughter's birthday. And we have got the news that her husband was arrested for this, and Chrissy will be.
I actually have. What is this, Denny? This is the arrest warrant for her husband? Okay. So bear with me. It's about 8 pages, but hang in there with me, okay? So this is from the Superior Court of California, County of San Diego. All right. So people of the state versus, let's see, Larry Millete. Let's see. Jesse Vicente, Vicente, if I didn't get that right, I'm sorry. Decree, I am a police officer employed by the Chula Vista Police Department. I have learned the following information from the official Chula Vista Police Department files, reports, and talked with other officers and investigators who have spoken directly with the named witnesses. All events referred to herein occurred in San Diego County unless otherwise stated. Let's see. He has been employed with the Chula Vista Police Department for 15 years. He's been a patrol officer, special investigations, and he's currently detective of crimes. It actually says it included, this officer that was involved in this, guys, that did this part that I'm reading to you, he's a heck of a guy. He's done 80 hours plus of investigation on homicidal courses and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, this is what the summary of the probable cause is. The investigation has revealed that in the days leading up to January 7th, Millete was taking affirmative steps to divorce her husband, and that Larry was determined to stop her. When Larry's desperate begging and threats failed to stop May from seeking a divorce, he thought of losing his family was unfathomable to him. May was dedicated to her career, loved her family, and she was committed to and cherished her children. There is no evidence that suggests that May left and disappeared on her own accord. Let's see. Or that she had financial means to do so. Let's see. Rather, the investigation has revealed that Larry had an overwhelming motive to prevent his wife from divorcing him. Let's see. So what it is, on Saturday, January 9th, at approximately 23:50 hours, how do you pronounce that one's name? I'm assuming that's another police officer. Maricris.
Sorry, guys, these names
we're not
are
even going to
harder.
try the last name. It's Drew Alette. I'm so sorry.
It's just Maricris.
Okay, let's see. Called the Chula Vista Police Department to report her sister, May Millete, was missing. Maricris stated that May and her husband, identified as Larry, had been having marital problems, including recent fighting. May's family was concerned because they had not heard from May since the evening of Tuesday, or Thursday, January 7th, excuse me. They had plans to celebrate May's daughter's birthday on the 10th in Big Bear that weekend, and it was uncharacteristic of May not to be in contact with her family. Let's see. While Mayor Chris was speaking to the officers, she seemed hesitant to speak about Larry and May's argument because she was at Larry and May's house located 2413 Peso Los Gatos in Chula Vista. I am so sorry if I butchered those. Because of the hesitation in her voice, officers conducted a welfare check in the residence and arrived shortly after midnight on Sunday, January 10th. Okay, that one just describes that they've been having marital problems, but upon their investigation, they found out within the past year that Larry was having an affair. No, May was having an affair. Detectives learned that May and Larry had an argument the evening of January 7th, and that on January 8th, Larry left with his 4-year-old for the day. Larry claimed he heard May in the house the evening of January 8th, but had not seen her since the evening of January 7th. Larry allowed officers to view his cell phone to review the text messages between he and May. Officers noted that all the messages between Larry and May prior to January 9th had been deleted. Larry later stated he deleted the messages to conserve space on his cell phone. Blah, blah, blah. During the investigation, detectives located surveillance footage and observed May park her Jeep Rubicon on the street in front of a residence. Wow, there was multiple surveillance for that house right there. No, let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm skipping through this here. I'm not.
There's no surveillance.
Yeah. Let me see where I can find some. Okay, investigators had obtained multiple sources of video surveillance for the neighborhood, and there is no surveillance footage capturing May leaving her residence after she arrived on January 7th at 16:42 hours. She is last seen at that time walking towards her residence. Let's see. Detectives from the CVPD Crimes of Violence Unit were assigned to the case, and I can never pronounce this word.
Subsequently
Conducted an extensive 9-month investigation. During the course of the investigation, 66 search warrants, 87 witnesses interviewed, and detectives followed up on approximately 128 tips. Numerous searches have been conducted, and May has not been located. Larry has not participated in any of these searches. So that right there is probably, that would be a big giveaway for me too, that, the husband doesn't want to cooperate in anything. Okay. It shows that in 2020, May began taking steps to physically and legally separate from Larry. May communicated to her friends in late December 2020 that her marriage was definitely over and she had decided to file for divorce. Google searches on May's electronic devices during 2020 revealed inquiries for different divorce attorneys and searches such as how to calculate child support payments and how much mortgage can I afford. So right there, that's a giveaway. Okay, the investigation was revealed that beginning in September 2020 and through January 7th, 2021, Larry became increasingly obsessed with May's activities and communications with other people. Several family and friends describe Larry as controlling or exhibiting stalker-like behavior. In 2020, Larry grew increasingly paranoid that May was going to leave the marriage and had began to monitor her whereabouts. Wow. He even showed up unannounced at her work to see if she was meeting with another man, and it became increasingly worse through the rest of 2020 into 2021. Let's see. Larry sent an email No, May sent an email to Larry after Larry sent her a link on an article entitled "What Men Want from Their Wives." I don't know if I should read that. I mean, it's...
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, okay. This is what May responded to when he sent her that. How about maybe you focus on also what women want from their husbands? All these things you send me are just about you, which further solidifies the whole idea that you really think I'm the problem, and that if you could only fix me, everything will be okay. As long as I go back to the wife you liked, the one who didn't rock the boat, who didn't assert her feelings, who didn't care about how much she was hurting, as long as there's peace and harmony, then things will be okay. Because really, I'm the problem, right? No, not to me. At that point, geez. Okay. Okay, now we're looking more on the thing here. Okay, during some of the investigation, the officer learned that during the week of January 4th, 2021, May and Larry's marital discord was reaching a boiling point. A search of Larry's telephone communications revealed a frantic, desperate, unbalanced mindset coupled with violent and sometimes homicidal I can't pronounce that word either.
Ideation
that will further detailed in this affidavit. May's family went to the desert in Glamis for a New Year's celebration in January 2021. Family members described Larry's behavior was odd and erratic. During the same trip, Larry asked a family member if he knew something to get the other guy. This was interrupted as finding someone to hurt the man with whom May was having an affair. While confiding in a friend about her marital issues, May revealed that at one time in the past, Larry had choked May until she passed out. And then again, his behavior escalated through 2020 to 2021. They reviewed Larry's internet searches, including one that said, "Plant you take to never wake up." So in a way, trying to poison her with water hemlock. Wow. Okay. As their relationship declined, May was not interested in a physical relationship with Larry. Okay. Wow. He searched some topical drugs here. And these are the type of drugs that are central nervous system sedatives and depressants that could be used to incapacitate a person. So, in all honesty, he even went so far as to look it up on the DEA website, guys.
He was basically going to give her a date rape drug.
It's exactly what it said.
I can't pronounce the proper name, but it's the date rape drug. I'm not even going to try.
I know their search warrants revealed that Larry's... Okay. So, really, a review of Larry's cell phone downloaded, financial transactions, and other search warrants returns revealed that Larry sent hundreds of email communications to various companies which appear to sell spells. The investigation revealed that these companies purport to be psychic, spirit channelers, and or white light practitioners capable of energy work. So he's taking all this stuff, he's wow. Let's see. He wants to cast a spell on her as well. Boy, this poor guy. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Between September 2020 and January 2021, Larry contacted the websites daily, sometimes multiple times a day, purchasing spells and sending messages requesting help so that May would obey him, fall back in love with him, and incapacitate her or make her sick so that she couldn't leave the house. Seriously. Specifically, one message from Larry on December 27th states, "Please punish May and incapacitate her enough so she can't leave the house. It will take time to get the gloves off. Wow. And then on December 31st, Larry sent another email to a spellcaster indicating that they were in the desert dirt biking and off-roading for several days and asked, can you hex her to have her hurt enough that she will have to depend on me to help her? She's only nice to me when she needs me or is sick. Maybe an accident or a broken bone. Oh my gosh. You want to do this one, Meg?
Sure. Okay. A timeline of events the week of January 4th culminate in May's murder on January 7th, 8th, 2021. A review of May's communications with family and friends leading up to January 7th, 2021 shows she was preparing for divorce and that her efforts culminated that week, causing escalated tension with Larry. In a text message exchanged with a friend on January 6th, May stated, I told him I'm filing for divorce whether he likes it or not. I'm done trying to make it amicable for the sake of the kids. She continued by stating that she was really hoping to get through this weekend first for her daughter's birthday. On January 7th, May spoke with a law firm and set up an appointment with a divorce attorney for Tuesday, January 12th. May specifically wanted to wait to initiate the divorce until after her daughter's birthday on January 10th. May's last phone call on January 7th was with a divorce attorney. May's last known communication with any friend or family member on January 7th was at 20:15 hours when she shared an ad for a toy hauler with her family through Facebook Messenger.
Let's see.
I'll finish.
Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, on January 7th, 21, with the knowledge that May was serious about proceeding with a divorce, Larry was growing more desperate. He sent countless emails to spellcasters begging for help to prevent May from leaving him and filing for divorce. Frantic to reverse May's decision to file for divorce, Larry made statements and emails to spellcasters sent the afternoon of January 7th, such as, I think she wants me to snap, and I'm shaking inside, ready to snap. Larry sent an email asking that a spellcaster make her realize that we are meant to be with each other, make her miserable without me, make her want to sleep on the same bed for an eternity, with the praying hands emoji.
Yeah.
He also sent a screenshot of his account balance from one of his cryptocurrency applications to his two daughters, ages 11 and 9.
Oh, wow.
May's phone activity stopped on January 8th, 2021 at 125 hours. About an hour later, Larry sent an email to a spellcaster at 2:36 hours on January 8th, and then abruptly ends his messaging campaign begging for help to prevent May from leaving the marriage. Larry's desperation for May disappears. Larry doesn't send another email to a spellcaster again until January 9th, when he asks that the spellcaster remove or stop hexing my wife, May.
Yeah, he's finally snapped, is what it seems like here.
At this point, Larry's focus shifts and he sends emails through the beginning of February asking to punish the man with whom May had an affair.
You talk about a nasty,
God.
Jeez.
As of January 9th, Larry does not direct any more spells or hexes towards May, nor does he make any more requests for assistance with his crumbling marriage.
Oh, wow.
Larry did not go to work on January 6th, 7th, or 8th of 21. He sent his boss text messages which appear to be screenshots or copies of text messages sent to Larry from May. The messages indicate that May was seeking a divorce and Larry was unraveling. On January 8th, Larry's family and boss were looking for him and could not find him. In fact, Larry's boss sent a message to May the morning of January 8th saying he was concerned because he hadn't heard from Larry, stating, "This is not like him to miss work. It has been a few days." Larry's father sent him a message stating, "Larry, please turn on your phone because Terry, your boss, is calling regarding your job." Based on the evidence, those closest to Larry cannot account for his whereabouts on January 8th, 2021, as provided further in the body of this affidavit.
And here comes the best part, guys. Larry's alibi on January 8th cannot be corroborated. Corroborated. It's another word, I'm telling you. Whew. But my goodness. Yeah, I'll get it. Larry stated that on January 8th, he left at 6:45 to take his 4-year-old son to Solona Beach to give May her space. Larry claims he was with his son at the beach the entire day. Security video captured Larry on January 8th at 5:58 hours moving his Lexus. The Lexus was already backed into the driveway with the nose facing towards the street, but Larry drove the Lexus into the street, then reversed it back into the driveway into almost the same position. It appears that Larry repositioned the Lexus at an angle as he backed it into the garage. So right there, I mean, he's trying to position himself in a certain way there. And what it really means is, due to the angle, detectives were unable to see into the Lexus or even into the garage. Based on the way the car was positioned, surveillance video does not capture whether Larry loaded anything into the back of the car. At 6:45, the Lexus is seen leaving the residence, and it does not return to the residence until 18:06 hours. Wow. Let's see. On the evening of January 8th, May's brother went to the house around 18:30 hours to check on her. They'd all been, her whole family had been communicating via group text, and she stopped responding after January 7th. When he arrived at the residence, May's brother met his 9-year-old niece. He asked about May. His niece told him that May had been in her room for the past 11 hours. The niece also said that she and her sister had not been fed. May's brother went inside the house, knocked on May's door, but never got an answer from her. May's brother never opened the door to look inside to confirm if May was inside. According to May's brother, Larry, who was home, said he had been at work all day and couldn't account for May's whereabouts. However, Larry changed his story halfway through the conversation and told May's brother, he had taken his 4-year-old son to the beach. Get it right. I mean, come on. May's brother explained that after he checked on May, he went back downstairs and asked Larry to let him know when May comes out. May's brother left the residence and drove down the street to see if any other lights were on in May's bedroom, and he didn't notice anything. Now see, during the initial stages of the investigation, Larry allowed the detectives to speak with the children, and that's the worst thing for him, I guarantee you. They were in virtual school at the time and told detectives May would normally check in on them periodically throughout the day while they were learning online. On Friday, January 8th, May did not check on them. The 2 older children indicated they last saw May on Thursday, January 7th. The children heard noises in the kitchen Friday, the 8th, and assumed it was May, but never actually saw her. Okay. What is that? When asked to indicate on a map exactly where he was all day on January 8th, Larry pointed to Torrey Pine State Beach, which is approximately 4 miles south of Solona Beach. Larry initially stated he took his phone to the beach, but records show Larry's phone was off at 6:45 to 18:34 hours. On January 26th, detectives served a search warrant to seize the contents of the Lexus. And this was to seize the what do you want to call it? The computer inside the Lexus. Let's see. The report generated from the download indicates a navigation event on January 8th at 15:29 hours for Larry's home address to 2413 Paso Los Gatos. I am so sorry if I butchered that. The system did not capture any additional locations or routes traveled on January 8th. So right there, lied. Investigators have been unable to confirm Larry's whereabouts on January 8th. Based on a review of Larry's cell phone... Oh, it disappeared on us. Hold on, guys.
Give us a minute. My computer glitched.
All right.
Sorry,
guys. It disappeared on us.
Computer glitched.
All right, let's see.
Oh, too far.
Oh, yep, way too far. Okay.
Oh,
Let's see. All right, right there. Let's see. Confirm Larry's whereabouts. Based on a review of Larry's cell phone activity, this extended an 11-hour gap in cell phone activity was historically uncharacteristic. Weather reports for Torrey Pines on that day had a high of 63 degrees and a low, and I'm not real sure why I'm reading you that. It's the weather conditions that were on the car. He was in possession of an illegal assault weapon. Yeah.
A search warrant was served at the residence on January 23rd. Detectives located a .223 rifle. The firearm is non-California compliant configuration and is an unlawful assault rifle in violation of 30605 PC, which is a felony. There were 4 registered firearms to Larry, which are unaccounted for at the time of the search warrant. Larry would not disclose, where the firearms were, stating only that he gave them to a friend. Detectives later learned Larry gave them to his uncle to store for him because he knew law enforcement was coming.
Well, right there, he's already got to hide stuff he's not supposed to have. So.
Detectives obtained security footage from a neighboring residence and observed the following. On 1/7/21 at approximately 21:57 hours, the sound of 9 loud bangs, possibly gunshots, were recorded. Nothing visual was captured on the footage. At 22:34 hours, kids could be heard playing in the backyard of the Millete residence. The homeowner identified the voices of the Millete kids because she had heard them playing on prior occasions. The homeowner found it odd the kids were playing outside so late since it was a school night, and the past few nights had been very cold. The audio recording of the loud bangs was provided to the FBI for analysis, who determined the recordings was not of sufficient quality to accurately record and reproduce gunshot impulses and could not be scientifically classified as gunshot events. During the search on January 23rd, detectives searched a gun safe located in the coat closet off the front entryway of the first floor. Among the items seized were 2 Glock handguns, 1 shotgun, 1 rifle, multiple caliber ammunition, numerous firearm parts and add-ons, and 3 secure digital SD cards.
What?
As of January 23rd, there were 4 firearms registered to Larry that were still unaccounted for.
Oh, wow. Including
a Smith & Wesson automatic .40 caliber handgun.
Lovely.
On May 7th, 21, detectives served Larry with a gun violence restraining order. Per the order, Larry was to surrender his firearms to law enforcement in an immediate and safe manner. He did not comply with the order, and a search warrant was served at Larry's house for the sole purpose of collecting all firearms, parts, and ammunition. Detectives seized 3 of the 4 registered firearms that were unable to locate on January 23rd. Detectives also seized 2 registered Glock handguns Larry acquired after January 23rd, and an additional unregistered firearm, numerous firearm parts, and thousands of rounds of ammunition.
Oh my goodness.
The Smith & Wesson .40 caliber handgun has not been located and remains outstanding.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I know, right? What do you think of that so far? My gosh.
Ridiculous.
This guy is nuts.
Sorry, we're reading this.
Yes,
as
we're reading it. So we apologize if this is taking forever, but we're trying to get the information out to you guys because we know a lot of you would like to know what happened here. Why was he arrested? I mean, I mean, obviously we know why he's arrested, but let's see. This one just goes on about she was born May 1st, 1981. They got married when they were 18, it says, though. May was 19, Larry was 18. So, God, that was right out of school. Let's see. It just talks about where they've worked. Yeah, I don't think we need to. Let's see.
Yeah, read that one.
Okay. So I skipped past most of that information. Analysis of May's cell phone records indicated her phone activity stopped on January 8th, as I said. The location data of May's cell phone indicates her phone did not leave her residential neighborhood in Chula Vista while it was powered on. Investigation into May's financial accounts, including credit cards, show no purchases or transactions other than late fees since her disappearance. All of Larry and May's vehicles were accounted for, and May's passport is expired. Searches of the residence indicate May's items of value remain in the house, including jewelry, purses, and clothing. This case has received international media coverage. Her photograph has been posted by numerous news outlets and on various websites seeking information about her whereabouts. But of course, there's been no credible sightings of May since, last seen January 7th. So, friends and family confirm that May was not suicidal and would never voluntarily leave her kids. May was in good health, was very active, and had a successful career and had plans for the future. Larry and May's marital problems escalated, like we said, in 2020 into 2021. As the year progressed, May became more determined to file for divorce, and Larry became more desperate to keep the marriage intact. But as we said before, based on text messages and emails, she was done. She was done with the marriage. Through May Millete's body, even though May Millete's body has not been found, this is in this officer's opinion now, supported by the information and evidence set forth in this affidavit, including, attachment A, that the totality of the circumstantial evidence, witnesses' statements, Larry observed change in behavior, events leading to May's disappearance, and May's abrupt change in pattern of life provides probable cause to believe that Larry is responsible for May's death. Let's see. So they did. They put out a warrant for his arrest for the above-named defendant, the following violations: murder, it is a felony, and then illegal possession of the firearms. Now we have a subscription. We have a description of Larry, but he's already been arrested, so there's really no point of, let's see. We've got all, the district attorney on here is signed for it. And the best part, defendant is to be admitted to bail in the sum of no bail. Yeah. We just got another thing here.
His arraignment was today, and we will get the update on that as soon as we can.
But in other words, all evidence, if you stuck through that with us, shows that Larry was just cuckoo. He had, I just can't, wow. Phew. This is I'm setting spells and trying to.
Hexer, that's just ridiculous.
When the marriage is over, it's over. Just it is what it is. But holy moly! Yeah. But yes, if you've been following the May Millete case, we just read the arrest warrant information, 8 pages, and we apologize if we butchered anything. We really apologize. But we want to let you guys get up to date with what we know as well. As of right now, May Millete's husband, Larry, has been arrested in the murder of May Millete. So, what else? Do you have anything else you want to add, Meg?
No.
Oh, my goodness. This case is just something else.
This one.
Woo!
This was a lot.
And like I said, you said the arraignment was today.
Yeah.
We'll have more information that we'll get out to you guys about that one. But, yeah. So you guys are brought back up to date on Millete, and keep watching us because we'll have, more updates. And we've got another note here. Go ahead, Meg.
This is public records now. So if, like I just said, this is public records. So if anybody wants to go in and read the whole thing for themselves,
absolutely,
you can.
There's more to it. We just didn't go because, my goodness, it was 8 pages. But it is open now, so you can view it yourself if you'd like. And if you share this, get this case out there, it goes a long way to help, to help these families that are, with May's family and her kids and whatnot. And go ahead. No, go ahead.
We will put the link to the court papers in the description. So if anybody wants that, it'll be there.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget to subscribe and like the videos. Like I said before, it helps us out. It helps families out. It gets the word out. It actually, you are helping a lot. In case you don't realize it, you are. Yeah. We also have the Gofundme page set up as well. If anybody's interested in sending donations, they are greatly appreciated. They go to our efforts. Everything we do is out of pocket. And all of that information that you'll need for all of that will be in the description of the video here. Any kind of donations that you guys can give, you don't know how appreciative we are of those. That's what helps us get where we need to be. Babe?
So just remember to share, subscribe, like everything that needs to be done, and we really appreciate you guys for sticking with us for this very long video.
Right, we do. Sorry if it seemed boring, but we just wanted to give you guys a heads up of poor May Millete and the end that she's come to. But anyway, like I said, if you want to check more out, just go ahead and look at the links in the bottom of the we're getting side notes while we're doing this here.
Denny's making fun of me over here because I can't talk correctly.
But anyway, till next time, you guys stay safe, and let's bring some people home.